Hey Zithandwa Zam, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Nomzamo. If you're a regular, thank you so much for dropping back by. But if you're new, why don't you hit the subscribe button so you can become a part of my family? Why do I feel like I missed something there in my intro? Anyway, today's video is a story time. We're gonna be doing how I knew I was pregnant story time, as you can tell by the title of the video. So I just wanted to do a quick story time, just sharing some of the things that made me sort of feel like I was pregnant. So yeah, let's get into the video. Hope you like it. If you do, give it a thumbs up right now. Give it a thumbs up, okay, before we even start.
Thought I met you at the wrong time. Then you caught me on that one night. Girl, I wanna know how this thing get out of my control. Zip line into your timeline. Hey, that body don't lie. I didn't care for the hype. Yeah. But
Okay,
when I saw you tonight,
I found out I was pregnant. Well, I sort of felt like I was pregnant around the time my husband got me my car. I did post that video here. So he got me like my dream car, right? And then that month we were meant to celebrate our anniversary. And silly me, okay, before I get there, so we were planning on going on a weekend away. We had already provisionally booked a place where we were going to go to for the weekend to celebrate our vacation. Not our vacation, to go for like a vacation to celebrate our anniversary. Okay, so I provisionally booked that place, but we didn't pay, right? We provisionally booked 2 places actually because we were undecided whether to go for a drive or fly. Cool. And my best friend was like, you know what, guys, just go. This was before I knew that my husband was going to surprise me with the car for our anniversary as a gift. So fast forward to when my husband got me the car, because he got the car I think the Wednesday before the weekend. Our actual anniversary I think was on that weekend. And then right, boom, surprise, a car. And I'm like, ish, this man got me a car. Now we still has to spend for a weekend away. I started having doubts about traveling, but it was like, no babe, let's go. I've budgeted for this, we can still go. I was like, okay. So we went and got like clothes, bikinis and stuff. Actually, this bikini, is it a bikini? I don't know what it is, that I'm wearing on the pregnancy announcement video. We actually bought that for our trip, right? So we buy stuff for the trip. We are like serious now, going for the trip, and we're actually driving in my new car when we're going to like shop for our trip. I'm lying. The vacation was supposed to be the following weekend, not the weekend of us getting the car. So we got the car the weekend before, and it was like, no, we decided let's just do a drive. We'll drive with your car, you know, it'll be a nice thing and stuff like that. So we bought all of that stuff, but now the problem is my husband keeps asking me, have you gone on your periods? I'm like, no, I haven't, right? My monthlies usually come like before the 20th, like 20th, 21, 19th, that's when they start, and I'm usually done by the 25th. So I mean, who wants to go on a vacation while you're on your periods? And I'm like, no, we're not done. So that week after we bought the outfits, we're meant to, oh my God, I've got my windows open, guys, because it's blazing hot. Now these cars are driving past. I hope they're not interrupting you. Let me close the window. Okay, the window is closed. So like, who wants to go on a vacation while on their periods? Okay, fine. And then I just ignore my husband. I'm like, maybe they're late, you know, let's give them some time. My husband's like, we need to pay. I'm like, babe, let's hold on, because I don't want to go on my periods while we're on vacation. You know, I think my cycle is changing. He's like, yeah, no, I get you. I said, you know what? Anyway, you've already got me a car. Let's just do dinner or something, just celebrate while we're here, because we're going to pay for the spot and then for this vacation, and then boom, my periods start. What if they start on the day? And so we didn't. We didn't pay. We didn't go for the vacation. Now I tell my best, oh no, before we go on vacation, I tell my best friend, I'm like, Nomti, hey bo, she's asking now, she's following up, you guys are not going on vacation anymore. I'm like, hey bo, Mgani, you know what, I haven't started my periods. She's like, oh man, that has happened to me, maybe your cycle is changing. I'm like, yeah, I told my husband the same thing, so maybe my cycle has changed. So I relax. I'm starting to stress, right? And I'm starting to like notice I'm a coffee lover. Like if you follow my channel, you know that I love coffee. So I started I like coffee with powder milk. That's my kind of coffee. I just had a bit of cow's milk, but I like powder milk, right? Now I started not enjoying my coffee with powder milk. I was like, it's so yucky. Like it had this weird taste that made me just want to throw up. I ignored that sign. I was like, okay, maybe I'm just over it, you know? And then I stopped using it. I started using fresh milk. Time goes on. I'm starting to feel like, you know, I'm putting on weight. Why am I putting weight excessively? Like I'm putting on weight so much. And I'm always fatigued. Like what is going on? I'm like so tired. And I'm like, maybe it's year-end fatigue, you know, still ignoring the signs. Time goes on. Now I'm starting to feel like, you know what? I'm feeling like I'm going to start my periods. My boobs, I already have big boobs. But my boobs started feeling like, you know, my bras are getting smaller. You know, that feeling when you feel like your bras are just getting a bit tighter than usual. I'm like, okay, then my periods are coming. Then I was convinced, that I'm going to start my periods. I'm telling my husband, you know what, my boobs are a bit tender. And I was getting very irritated, like non-stop. Like, I'm like, yeah, I think my periods are coming. Because I remember this one time, my husband was saying something to me. I can't remember what it was. And the way I spoke to him, it was so unnecessary. And I'm like, you know, I think I'm going to start my period. My husband is busy insisting, babe, I think you're pregnant. Let's get a pregnancy test. I'm like, no, I'm not getting a pregnancy test. Because I know. And why? Ask me why I'm so positive that I'm not pregnant. I don't know, because I don't use any contraceptives. But I'm like, I was done with having kids. The joke is on me. And then time goes on again. Like, no, man, this can't be. Something must be wrong, right? I go to the pharmacy. I get the test. And you guys probably have seen that video where I do the actual test. And I got the shock of my life. Like, thank God the camera was not on my face when I discovered that I'm pregnant. Because what? That moment was like, what? I'm really pregnant? I was so shocked because I'd already planned to go to next year because my medical aid, I was like preserving my funds. I'm a medical aid. If you have medical aid, you know, we like make sure that you have funds, especially like towards the end of the year for the kids and stuff, especially if you have kids. So I didn't want to like overuse my medical aid. So I was like, okay, next year I'm going to go and consult with the gynae to tie my tubes now that I'm done with having kids, because the doctor that delivered Ujunya refused to tie my tubes. He said, I'm too young. What if I change my mind in the near future? He advises not for me to think about it and then come back. I was like, you know, he's wasting my time, so I need to find another doctor. So I was looking for a doctor that I was going to go to this year, like now that we're in Jan, to go and tie my tubes. But God had other plans. God had other plans, and this is where we are. That is my short story of how I knew I was pregnant. Kind of knew and kind of didn't know, but my husband was so sure that I'm pregnant. He was so sure. And remember, guys, there was a vlog where I said my husband and I are supposed to go on vacation, but because you got a car and there's another reason why we're not going. I nearly said because I haven't started my periods, but I was like, I'll be oversharing. What if I'm really pregnant? I've already hinted that I haven't started my periods. That's why we can't go on vacation. But that was the actual fact. That was the reason why we didn't go on vacation, because I didn't start my periods. And it turns out I didn't start my periods because I was already pregnant. And another sign, actually, and this sign always gets me, but that sign I ignored. I fell in the shower while I was showering. While I was about to get out after showering, I slipped and fell, and I bruised myself so badly. Like, I use the shower twice a day my whole life, almost my whole life. And then that day I slipped and I fell. Sign, that's another sign. And then this other time I'm walking down the stairs go into the car, I sleep again and I fall. Like I fall a lot. I don't know if it's a thing for pregnant women. I was like sleeping and falling. Like I think I fell about 3 times before I knew I was pregnant. There was also another sign that I totally ignored. But the coffee sign, until today, guys, I don't drink powder milk with my coffee. I think maybe when the baby comes, then I'll start going back to it because that's my favorite coffee. With a whole lot, like I'll put 2 teaspoons of sugar and about 6 teaspoons of powder milk and just a drop of a fresh milk. That's how I love my coffee. But I haven't been enjoying my coffee like that. I've just been buying those sachets, the cappuccino ones. I'm not allowed to have too much coffee anyway, so I just have 1 cup in any case. But like, I used to love that coffee. I can't have it anymore. There was just a weird feel about it. And I think this one time as well, I drank wine. I drank wine and I felt sick. Still ignored that sign. Silly me. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please give it a huge thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and become part of my family. Love you guys so much. Bye.